Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Captain My Climb. This would be episode 15. So let's go over the teams. On the blue side we have Garen in the top lane. Diana's going to be the jungler. Xerath is the mid laner. Kaisa the bot carry, and Pyke the support. On the red team we got Caitlyn in the top lane. Kayn is going to be the jungler. Malzahar mid laner. Ashe the bot carry, and Seraphine the support. So we're going to see whatever goes around right now. Both teams setting themselves up into positions to play it around. You kind of want to play it out at the start. Quite heavy, a lot can happen there. We see the blue team setting up in the brush, so there could be something coming about that one, but we got to wait and see what happens here. Xerath gets a bit of a poke there already. On to the Malzahar, did trigger that shield, so Ward's placed down. Seraphine's still sitting there, takes a lot of Kaisa's Q there, and lost half her HP for that play already. Oh, not really much of an answer there. A bit of HP went off the Kaisa, but not really much to really write home about. Ashe is going quite aggressive, to be honest, right now. Trying to hold on as much as you can, but she goes in there, takes quite a bit of damage there. There comes the passive, and both ADCs go down. Seraphine claims a kill on the Kaisa, while the Kaisa gets the Ashe kill and the first blood. So quite a good amount of money already going over to the Kaisa. Let's see if she can pull anything out of this pocket for that one. Oh yeah, and once again, I failed to mention, but now I will mention it. I am the Kaisa in this game. So that's that. A bit of aggression there. Caitlyn in the top lane is very unusual, but I've been seeing weird plays with Caitlyn lately a lot. Don't know why, but people seem to think that they can put just Caitlyn somewhere else, but you can kind of see why that we're not in the best bracket right now, which is very unfortunate. It annoys me actually quite a bit to be in this bracket. We're in silver 4 at this time. Right now, the LP gains are a bit of a problem, gotta be honest about that one. Which is right now about 17 for a win and 23 for a loss. So I've got about an 84% win rate, I think it's right now. So that's kind of why I have to pay the price for this one. This is once again a game from my Friday stream. So we're going to keep an eye out for this one. Garrett is getting pressured quite a bit by Caitlyn. It shouldn't honestly be that way, but you can kind of play around that one. Ashe takes quite a good amount of damage there already from the Kaisa once again. And Garen flashes on top of there, gets to spinning there. Diana's looking for an opportunity here, but they're trying to cut out the Caitlyn completely there. Caitlyn gets jumped there, gets the trap there. However, runs into the Garen and gets taken out. That is another score for this blue team. 2-1 right now. 3 minutes and 20 seconds in there. King goes on top of the Diana, tries to get some pressure there. Diana wants some help from the Garen. Garen, however, is pushing it out and doesn't react at all. That's a flash you don't want to really give up there, so bit of a weird situation, let's be honest about that. Oh, Pyke with a good hook there. Stun doesn't score there yet. Flash in there. One auto attack. Seraphine goes down. Kaisa still surviving. There, Ashe is dropping pretty low. That's flash away and gets the passive double kill for the Kaisa. 3-1 for the Kaisa here. 4-1 is the full score right now. We got quite a good vision right now on the bot lane. 3-1 on the Kaisa, so that's kind of one of your greatest conditions you can kind of play around. And the enemy team is pretty heavy into auto attack. They do have the Malzahar in the mid lane to go out of the AD. Malzahar tries to cancel that, but gets cancel it, but still has to take a tower shot for that one. So, not really win if you really want to go for that. Garen gets on top of the Caitlyn. Caitlyn managed to use her net to get away from that one. Yeah, the Caitlyn can kind of bully the Garen out of there. The Garen doesn't really need to win the lane, because Garen can scale out of the Kaisa's lane a lot later on. Bit of a sneak around here. They're looking for something. Ashe is looking to hold on. Hook onto the Ashe. Ashe gets through. Stun up there as well to Caitlyn. And Diana jumps in there and just Kaisa claims another kill. 4-1 on this Kaisa. Kaisa is almost on every kill in this game. one missing, and that's the one in the top lane because Kai'Sa has 4 kills and the 1 death for that's the kill for the red team. So it's a bit of an iffy one. It's still a good position here. Drake should be claimed up soon enough. That should be a quite easy play there, to be honest. Not really much to be threatened about that one. Kayn is pretty late there already. Oh, Pyke looking for a hook there. Gets it on top of the Seraphine. Seraphine gets stunned up and taken down. And that's another kill for the Kai'Sa. That is already the Drake gone. No opportunity really for the red team to do something about it. 5-1 on the Kai'Sa. 5 CS lead as well. So I don't know what the Ashe was doing in that lane. Let's be honest about that situation. Ward does unveil the Pyke, so he can sit in the brush for now. We're looking at a situation. One Drake already up. We're 6 minutes and 20 seconds into the game. 15 right now, but almost 20 seconds into the game. 6-1 for the blue team, who are at about 1,500 gold lead right now. Ritrix onto the Kai'Sa as well, so going for the Kraken Slayer, which was an item that I would prefer right now. And going to the on-hit stuff because of the Static Shiv. It's a pretty strong item right now. You just can't really rush it that well. Tried that once already. It didn't really feel good enough to really rush in this case. Right now, I gotta say kind of the Static Shiv feels like a third, fourth item, really. What I've seen, maybe some people have already figured out to play it better out here, but I haven't seen it yet. Kayn comes in on the side to go, and on top of every... Kayn takes quite a bit of damage, gets silent off there, tries to hit the ult there, doesn't work out, but Kayn has to bite the dust still, and that is... Caitlyn picks up the kill, but Kayn dies as well, so kind of fine for the Garen. The only problem is that Caitlyn does get maybe a few... Gets a plate off of that one. That's the only thing you really don't want to give her. Otherwise, I think the situation is kind of fine where we are right now. For this red team, oh, Seraphine does have to flash there to get out of that hook. But honestly, the Pyke's putting a lot of pressure on here. Though still, the gold lead is about 1,100 in favor of the blue team. Tower shot there. Oh, Crystalline Arrow on top of the Pyke. Pyke moves out of the way. Ashe and Seraphine are looking for some opportunity, but they can't really find anything out of it. And that's going to be another problem about this one. Garen gets on top of it right now. Well, Caitlyn answers quite heavily here, so that's really a good opportunity there to play it about. And now good stun there from the Xerath. Gets quite a good amount of damage in there as well. Caitlyn gets jumped by the Diana. Takes a lot of damage there. Trap is not in a good position there. E comes out of there. Silence as well. Ult and Caitlyn trades 1 for 1 there. Not a good situation for the Diana there. Caitlyn purchases the Collector, so Garen is not going to have a good time for now. Garen just needs to focus on something. King comes in from the side. Gets on top. Tries to get on top of the Kai'Sa. Ults now. The Kai'Sa tries to get on top of her as well. Still gets into the ult. Stun doesn't hit, and with that, Kayn gets out of dodge. Barely. And picks up the bounty from the Kai'Sa, which is not ideal, gotta say, right now. You don't really want to give it to Kayn. 600 gold. About a 700 gold lead right now for the blue team. 8-4. We're not even 10 minutes into the game, so we got a bloodthirsty one on our hands here. Well, Kayn did gang bot lane. Diana did do the grubs, so 3 grubs. That's going to help a lot with tower pushing power for the blue team. And looking for a wraparound here. Gets on top of Xerath. The ult is on cooldown, so there is something to do about this one. Diana gets on top of there, takes quite a bit of damage. But Xerath with the ult takes 1, takes 2, takes 3, and that's a dead Kayn. Malzahar just got to watch there. Ultic Cyclo Sword for the Kayn now picked up here. Not really many items are right now on the board, gotta be honest about that one. Pyke is looking for an opportunity to get something in here. Hook is flashed by Malzahar, so another flash is out of the books here. Pyke's still looking for some pressure here. Does take the Malzahar ult, so that's... I don't know if that's the play you really want to have here. Bit of heavy-handed play there, to be honest, so... Back and clear up on the Kai'Sa. Ashe is a bit away from that one. Seraphine tries to get a situation on there. Jump on top by the Diana. Encore comes out of there, but Seraphine is just gone. And Seraphine is not happy with the Ashe there. And she kind of just watched that one happen. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. (6-2) Kai'Sa, 10-4 the whole score right now. And about a bit more than 1,200 gold lead right now for the blue team. Mostly consolidated onto the Kai'Sa, yeah. But it is working out, I would say, right now in the favor of this blue team. Diana has now the Dusk and Dawn, so that's another good opportunity item to pick up right now. And we do see Seraphine looking for an opportunity there. See the Pyke there, so he pushes him away a bit from where he wants to be right now. Oh, Garen chasing down as much as you can, really. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And we still see both teams trying to handle this one as much as you can, really. Xerath gets a good push out there. Another Drake wanders into the blue side, so all good in that score right now. I feel like that's going to be a big problem right now if you look at the red team. They're not looking horrendously. The problem is the Caitlyn. I'm not too sure she will have her usefulness later on in the game, depending on how the game goes, really. Oh, Malzahar in a bad spot right now. Diana gets on top of there. Gets silenced up, and that's it. Kayn gets pulled in there. Goes for the ultimate there. Trying to find a way out of there. Put some damage. Tries to put some damage on there, but Kayn has to walk away. Leaving Malzahar dead in the mid lane. Really not a good situation, gotta say, for this red team once again here. Almost 2,000 gold. Gold diff is right now in the hands, and Ashe still doesn't have an item, while the Kai'Sa is probably slowly going to move into the next item. Don't even know how much it is. Oh, so at least the boots would be done if she just finished the item. Oh, pull in onto the Seraphine, and the Ashe. Seraphine ults the Encore there. Pyke is dropping this one pretty heavily there. Ashe holding on as much as he can. Ashe goes down. Seraphine versus the Kai'Sa. Seraphine trying to hold on there, and barely survives that one. Everything used there, but the Kai'Sa still gets a kill out of that one. 7-2. Kayn is looking for an opportunity to get it wrap around here completely there, but Diana is hovering around the situation now as well, and we do see Kayn looking for a recall there. Unfortunately, though, Diana comes in there close by. Kayn looking for some more here. Kayn trying to do something about this one, but still taking a lot of damage there. Takes one hit there, Diana, and Kai'Sa picks that one up as well. So another kill. 8-2 for this Kai'Sa alone right now. Pyke is top lane. Wants to help out a bit somewhere else, because honestly, the Kai'Sa is in a good position. You don't really need to give her too much here right now. Berserker Treads are done. And almost the Rage Blade is done. Has all the components already in the bag. Not too sure how much is missing. Yeah, quite a bit, so not really much. You could have sold the coal. That's one thing to point out, but otherwise, oh, Malzahar taking quite an amount of damage. Ult comes out of there. Malzahar flashes the first one away. Takes the third one there down and goes away. Like looking for an opportunity there. Gets the hook on top of the Caitlyn. And they can't really force this one completely out of there. Otherwise, I think they would have done that. Right now, we see the red team is holding up. If we look at the items right now, Garen has no item. The problem is he's just getting bullied out of the lane. That's something to keep an eye out for. You have the Diana with the Gluttonous Greaves and the Dusk and Dawn already. Garen plays his button there, hits the R, takes out the Caitlyn. So this is really the thing I was pointing out with the Caitlyn, really, that she at some point just loses all control against this Garen, and Garen probably hit a spike of that right now. But yeah, Garen still has no item. Caitlyn has the Collector. Is going to go for the Infinity Edge, as it looks like next Berserker creeps up as well. Diana, as I said, Gluttonous Greaves and Dusk and Dawn, while the Kayn has the Cyclist Sword and Merc Treads. Zareth with the Luden's Echo and the Sorcerer Shoes, Spellslinger Shoes. Against the Blackfire Torch of the Malzahar, nothing else there really. Kai'Sa, Kraken Slayer, almost Rageblade as well. And of course the Berserker Greaves. Okay. Ash is taking quite a bit of damage there. W misses, unfortunately. If that Void Seeker hit, that could have probably been the trigger to be pulled out there. Looking for an opportunity to dive there and do just that with no issue whatsoever. Encore there from Seraphine. Barry surviving this one. Malzahar ults there as well. Right now there's a lot of damage. That's the dead Malzahar. Zareth doesn't have the ult to take out the Seraphine though. So Ash dies alone under tower. Seraphine is the lone survivor of that fight. And Seraphine has to be very careful. Ash has now picked up a Trinity Force. So she gave up probably her opportunity to be a real carry. And this team is going to go for the support ultish build, I would guess right now. If you look at how everything goes around. This is what I don't like about the new quest. You don't really see the runes anymore later on in the game, which kind of makes it a bit disruptive, to be honest. Pyke goes on top of there. Kayn did take out that. He does pick it up there, but Kayn is pretty low still. Pyke, does he have an ult there? But he still wins the 1v1. I was like, does he have an ult there? There's the ace in the hole, but it doesn't really matter because honestly, Pyke did his job already. As has now the Rageblade, so she has 2 items, which is a pretty dangerous position to be in. Oh, Zareth getting the damage in and putting Malzahar down. Third Drake is up there. We know Kayn is dead in the ground right now, as well as Malzahar. So blue team pick up the third one. 90-7, 17 minutes into the game. And the lead is ballooning to 5,000 gold right now. Or about 5,000 gold. Garen is looking for an opportunity. He doesn't have his flash up, so he can't pull out his ultimate combo yet. But the Caitlyn is not in a good spot. Oh, she gets some good damage onto the Garen. Strikebreaker's not enough there for the Garen to get an opportunity here. Caitlyn's looking to put some more damage onto the Garen. He's dropping pretty low. Ace in the hole is on cooldown, so that's something to keep in mind right now. If I gets found out by the Kayn there, they jump on top of him, but Diana's there as well, so this is going to be a rough one. Kai'Sa comes around as well. Goes in with the ult. The instinct comes in there and takes him down. Area pulled up by the Ash, gives her a chance to live here. Killer Instinct was the name. He goes in there. Malzahar is sitting in a position not to be really good with right now. There's a lot going around here. A lot of damage being put onto the ground right now. A lot of it is stacking up, and this is really where you don't want to be if you're the red team. You don't want to give him more room right now. Ankur comes out of there, hits the Malzahar, hits his out, so he's the one who's running in there. Diana was looking for an opportunity there, but the wave was cleared out pretty nicely there. And this should actually give him right now a chance to just back off here, really. Ash walks through the brush, gets pulled in by the Pyke, just almost finish off there. Not enough there. Diana makes a step too far forward. Kayn comes in there, tries to get a knockoff there. Doesn't get on top of that one. Kai'Sa's still alive here, though. Kayn doesn't really have an opportunity to get something out of this one. And Kai'Sa gets to live, as it looks like right now, except if Kayn is trying to go for something here. There is the Void Seeker ult on the Pyke. Goes over there, goes on top of the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa takes a lot of damage there. And gets her down. Well, Pyke puts down the Kayn. For Kayn, it's kind of worth it, to be honest. About 700 gold just picked up there with a kill and a bit more. It's still about a 5,000 gold lead here. Kai'Sa is pretty far forward, to be honest, right now. We look at the gold right now, not really much you can really take off that one, so it's not like sell the call there and get your item there. Zareth has the Shadow Flame now. Oh, Garen got on top of the Caitlyn. This is where the Caitlyn doesn't want the Garen to be. I think Garen could have pulled the trigger there if you wanted to really go for that one. But he's playing it safe. And I'm all for that, honestly, right now. He can play it safe, and we're all good with that. If he didn't play it safe, he would have been dead, and that would have been bad. Could have killed the Caitlyn, could have not killed the Caitlyn. We're not 100% sure in that one. He doesn't have a flash rate, gets on top of her, that should be her down. Oh, barrier up there, and still falls, though. $22-9. The lead is growing and growing and growing. Malzahar gets on top of the Diana. Ults her completely off there. She is completely alone there right now. Just walk away from that one. Ashe trying to find out the Xerath. Kane's looking for an opportunity to wrap around here. Gets on top of the Diana with the ult there. Gets in there, but now he's in the backline, and Kai'Sa is taking advantage of that one. Takes him completely out of the play right there. Infinity Edge for the Caitlyn. That's her second item. Kai'Sa's already working on her third item. Garen's not, but Garen is, I gotta say, he's just a tanky boy in this game, and honestly, slowly he's stat checking the Caitlyn anyway. Ashe is 0-6. Even for assists, but still 0-6 is pretty rough. Gotta be honest about that one. Caitlyn gets found by the Garen. Garen gets on top of her. She takes a lot of damage there. Has to flash away for the troubles, and that's a bit rough, to be honest. Encore onto the Xerath. Xerath could be caught out there. Gets stunned up there. Hits by the Malzahar as well. And that is it. Garen going pretty deep here. This is not really want to play. Caitlyn gets pulled away there. Top's pretty low there. Can they take him out before he does anything? Ults the Pyke. Pyke gets knocked back in there and goes down. That was a bit rough. Rift Herald has been spawned now. 25 seconds till the next Drake. That would be soul point for the blue team. That's something to keep in mind. Seraphine going for a charge here. I'm not too sure this is really the play you want to go for. But Seraphine feels like it's worth it. Do take that down. Seraphine goes for another charge. This could be a bad situation to be in there right now. Diana comes around there. Seraphine pops up there completely though. Takes quite a bit of damage already, so she's not in the greatest spot ever. Drake has now spawned. It is an Ocean Drake, so that's going to be Ocean Soul if the blue team win this one. Question is, will the blue team win it right now? There are 3 right now there. There's some people grouping up. Ashe is in the bot side, so she could run up around quite easily. Garen does have TP, so there could be another opportunity to play this one around. However, both teams looking for an opportunity here. Pyke is sitting around here. The wraparound is not going too smoothly. Xerath gets knocked up there. This is not a good situation to be in, but Diana comes in from the side right there. Gets on top of 2. This could be an opportunity there. That's a dead Malzahar. Kane has hit the ultimate. Viscelant arrow comes out of there, stuns up the Pyke there, and Kane has to walk away. Well, Killer Instinct comes from the Kai'Sa there. Puts a left on top of there. Kane's still looking for a way out of this one. Ult comes out of there. Kane dodges 2. Not 3, not 4, and goes down. Yandru's Torment now for the Malzahar. He's going pretty heavily for this one, but that Drake should be open up, and that should be soul point for the blue team already. And they do pick it up right now. Stun onto the Seraphine. Seraphine is caught out there, goes immediately down. And this red team is just getting further and further into the hole right now. Loon's Echo on the Seraphine. Yeah. Seraphine's not a team player anymore. Seraphine threw that team player notion out of the book right now. Looks like Baron is going to be on the cards for the blue team, and I don't really see much that the red team can do there. They would have to get all in there. And maybe they have an opportunity. Maybe. But they have 2 big issues right now. They have to take down the Kai'Sa, which is one of those. And at the same time, they have to be careful not to overstep their bounties here completely, because if they get caught out once again, that could be game already. Baron buff now easily onto the blue team. 7,000 gold is up there in the books right now. Ashe took quite a bit of damage there. Already lost almost half her HP just on that play. Kane is looking... going on the Raptors, could wrap around onto the Xerath. Xerath does know that he's there, but takes a lot of damage that gets knocked up there as well. Encore, they want to put the Xerath down. They do claim the Xerath's life, so 1 down. This could be a chance right now. However, Kai'Sa still on the board. The Silo Sword now for the Pyke as well, so 2 items here right now. And Pyke is they're playing with fire right now, this red team. If the Kane recalls, this could become very, very bad. Kane actually recalled this. If they figure this out right now, the blue team, they can pull the trigger on that one. And then there's no stopping this right now. And right, oh, Crystalline Arrow onto the Diana. Diana is still holding up. Kai'Sa gets ulted there in the backline. Kane claims another bounty off the Kai'Sa. That's the only person he's really getting stuff done right now, which is kind of his job right now. And Pyke doesn't get that out. A bit too spread out this time, the team, and I think they paid the price for that one. So red team have now an opportunity to take advantage of something. Problem is Elder's up in 330 already, and Baron is down as well, so they need to find something to push in. Otherwise, the deaths are fine and dandy, honestly, but they need to do something right now. Because if you leave it at this position right now open, you're doing nothing about this game right now. Oh, Seraphine's dropping pretty low already. Not a good situation there. Kane finds a jump onto the Diana, but has lost a lot of his HP already. And this fight, Diana's dropping pretty low as well. Kane gets ult. The ult comes out of there. Last Anchor comes out as well. And okay, Kane has an opportunity to play this one right now. Oh, goes on top of the Xerath, but he has to ult immediately there to get a good position there. Drops in front of the Kai'Sa, takes a lot of damage there, and goes down. Malzahar is trying to find a way out of this play right now. Killer Instinct gets pulled out there as well, and that's a dead Malzahar, and Kai'Sa picks up 2. Caitlyn is going for the push right now. I don't know why. Caitlyn's trying to push out there. Pyke's not in a good situation there. Drops pretty low. There is the barrier out of there. 2 go down there. And yeah, 2 towers go down there, and Pyke falls as well. So Caitlyn got a lot out of that one, but still not the best situation to be in if you are this red team, because you got the Kai'Sa waiting for something there. Puts on some more damage here. Another thing they really have to do, Crystal Arrow goes out there, and Garen can probably just walk away. 2 minutes left till Elder, 3 minutes till Baron. So both those objectives are going to be the next ones on the board right now. As I said, Caitlyn's farming well. But the problem for Caitlyn is it doesn't help her that she's farming well because, well, you got a Kai'Sa who's miles ahead of everybody right now. If we look at the graph, you just see that completely out of there. Kane is holding up with the bounties he has taken, so that's an opportunity here. Garen gets on top of there. Gets a lot onto the Caitlyn. Caitlyn has to flash there once again. Garen does take down Caitlyn, so it's a 1-for-1 situation. And what are they supposed to do? There's just a Garen flashing on you. You're in freaking ADC still, my guy. You can't just ping your team that's their fault that you get caught up. That you just walk in there and Garen decides you're dead. Seraphine finds the Pyke. However, Pyke doesn't really want to pull the trigger on this one, which makes sense. Seraphine is pushing still a bit far forward. Has to flash away from the... Xerath does get sent up there, and Kai'Sa picks another one up. 1 minute till Elder Drake. Elder Drake is going to be probably the game decider in this one already. 1 minute is up till then, and you can see the blue team are setting themselves up for a great play around this right now. Clearing out vision of the red team just not to give him an opportunity to play around this. Xerath is now even... Looks like Xerath is even backing off. If they can really pull this one out, it's perfect. However, we gotta see TP in from the Garen, so Garen is even on board with this one. Red team know that they have to challenge this, otherwise it's a gone game. If you don't challenge this Elder, you're gone. Because the Kai'Sa's already far ahead, and the Kai'Sa's been slowly melting people, well, not slowly melting, but it's been consistently not melting people, which is not really what you want to have the Kai'Sa do. Okay, looking for an opportunity, gets on top of the Garen, gets silenced up by the Garen as well. Kane is dropping pretty low, goes down to the Diana. Caitlyn does dodge that hook though, but it doesn't help much because Kane's down. That's the jungler down. They still kind of need to challenge this one, but they're backing off. They're going to have an Elder now against them. 32-19, 29 minutes and 21 seconds in there. 3 Drakes already on the blue team. 1 Elder. The Baron is up in about 20 seconds, but I'm not too sure they really need that in this case. They could pull it up to be sure about that one, but it looks like that's not going to be the play. They're just going to look to pressure this one completely out of here. Pyke looking for some opportunity. Crystal Arrow misses completely the Pyke there. It does hit the Xerath though, so something about that one. Kai'Sa and Diana has pushed the bot tier 2 turret in. So that's another done. Oh, Malzahar just eliminated there completely. Last Encore hits the Diana. Diana's in a bad spot right now. Kaisa takes quite a bit of damage. Kane goes for the jump there. Doesn't get the jump onto the Kaisa. Ults her now, so tries to figure out something here right now. Does get on top of there, but drops pretty low. Gets ulted out of there and gone. That's a dead Kane. That's a jungler down. 2 down already. The Elder buff is still on 4 players in this team right now. And the blue team are looking for more opportunities to find something out of this one right now. Looking for something. Caitlyn just gets eliminated from range there. Not much you can really do about that one. Good hit there. Now it's going to become a dangerous situation. Okay, so this is one of the problems actually with the static shift. You hit yourself with... You harm yourself when you hit some towers and some stuff like that. So that's maybe the one downside of that item, really. However, that's the mid... Inhibitor turret gone. Flash from the Malzahar. Still arrow comes out there again. Once again, the pike goes down there, but Seraphine bit the dust at the same time. Zerath has ult, so that's another opportunity to play around there. Kane has now come back on the board. 2 are down here right now. That's going to be an inhibitor down. 2 inhibitors down. Kane is going pretty far forward. Gets ult. The ult comes out of there as well. Kane barely holds on there. Has to dodge everything now because I think one hit would give him that immediately, that death there. However, he managed to dodge it. Zhonya's now on to the Malzahar. I'm not really too sure Malzahar can do much with the Zhonyas in this game anymore. They're backing a bit off there, but Malzahar is getting some pokes in there, which is fine, honestly, right now for this blue team. They don't really have to force their issue right now. They are in a quite hefty lead right now with 36 to 22, 31 minutes and 50 seconds in there, and the lead is about 5,800 right now. And Ashe has now picked up the Yunta White Arrows. As a third item, that thing is garbage. Kaisa and the crew are going to go probably for another Baron here, just to make sure that you got what you want. Really, Kane takes quite a bit of damage here. They're trying to force a play here. I don't know if this is really the play you want to do about this one right now. However, you see the pressure being put on top of here right now. A lot going on. Kane gets jumped there quite a bit. Goes down. Diana is through that one. Baron is still dropping. The Encore goes completely wide there. That's not a good play there. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the Encore. It's completely wide there, so that's not a good play there. And 6,000 gold difference is already on the board, and that's going to be another Baron. 230 is the next Elder, and I don't think that we're going to see another Elder. Crystal Arrow on the Pike. However, Pike is going to come in there. A lot of damage already. Ashe is in the ground. Did kill Pike, though. So that's a success, actually, for the Ashe there. Was her third kill on the board. GA now on the Kaisa. So that's going to be 2 lives for the Kaisa. You have to take down before you really put her out. Void Staff for the Xerath as well. So a lot is coming in there. They're canceling now. Recalls there. So this could be a big step in this one. Doesn't matter what happens. I would say the blue team should have already won about like 5 minutes ago, I would say. The Elder should have probably finished this one off. They're playing kind of scared, I gotta admit, here. And I'm part of the blue team. So quite scared there. Garen takes a bit of damage there, just how it is, really. A lot of damage there. Caitlyn lost almost half her HP in that one already, so that's not a good opportunity for her. We're still looking for another fight on the blue team. If they can find one more, they can probably finish this one off. Kane is going for the wraparound on the Garen. I don't know why they would do that right now. That's probably not the wisest play ever, because you got a Kaisa in the base. Why would you go there? As tries to wrap around, misses the crystalline arrow completely, goes down to the Xerath. That's 1 down. Kane is in the top lane, completely far away from everything. Encore goes out of there, misses completely once again. This is now the opportunity for the blue team to finally finish the scoreboard off. Kane is still not there, so there's a lot of open room to play around right now. Caitlyn gets pulled in there, does take down the Pike, but that doesn't really help that much out. Kane is now there, but that's the Nexus turrets are gone already. Kane did go through with the ult, does take down the Xerath though, but he's taking a lot of damage there, and the Kaisa puts him down. Kane is 50 seconds off the grid. Ashe is still wild. Oh, Diana gets on top of 2 there. Xerath has to pull out that one. Kaisa does get the kill onto the Seraphine there. Caitlyn is the last survivor. Diana gets the kill. Triple for the Kaisa. And GG. And plus 17 LP for me as the Kaisa. So, went well. We got a few more games on the book, but we'll stop for today right here. So, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye and good night.